Somebody don't post the news, I don't see it because it's too much for me. Like, and they not really gonna mess with us.
They're not gonna speak about this right now, Anthony Allen.
What's up? What's Gucci? What's Gucci?
She would always use natural ingredients. Oh, they gonna talk to.
What's cracking? What's happening? Everybody hit the like button. Hit the like button as you come in. Hit the like button as you come in. Man, I would be hot. What's up? What's up, Calix? I would be hot if I was in my car right now. Salute, MJ. What's up, Cyrus? Look at these people blocking the highway, man. I would be hot. Look at the size of that bridge. We don't have no bridges that big in DC, man. That's a huge bridge. I would be hot if they did this while I was on the road, man. Highly peeved. Imagine you going somewhere, or you try to get home, and you pull up to this. Some protesters done blocked off the highway. There ain't gonna be no cops. Don't believe that. Don't even think. That's never gonna happen. There are 18,000 police departments in this country. Even if a few cities defund, a few townships, or let me break some stuff down for you guys, man. This is an educational opportunity, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the Cash App. Make sure you hit the PayPal. Because I like to break stuff down for you guys, man. What's up, Houston? Alright. Alright, guys. Hit the like button, man. Think about that, man. Just look at that number. That's the number of police departments, the agencies and police departments that are in this country. County sheriffs, city police, state police, highway patrol, federal law enforcement. Look at all those law enforcement agencies. How you going to defund all that? How you going to get rid of all that? It's an idea. It's just another liberal idea that there was no foresight. There was no thought of how it would. They just throw it out there. They don't think about what it's going to take to implement it. They just throw stuff out there. What's up? Why not? What's happening, man? Salute to you, man. How you gonna defund? And they keep talking about Camden. Camden defunded their police. That's one police agency. That's one police agency. Look how many there are. Look how many there are. Yeah, they doing more than trying to divide us, man. They trying to win the election. They trying to get Trump out. They think that if they stir up all this stuff, that it's going, them 2 million black people who stayed home, and then last time they trying to, instead of blaming it on white women who allegedly shouldn't have voted for a guy like Trump, who has a history of allegedly, inappropriate conduct with women. Instead of blaming the 54% of white women who voted for Trump, they blamed the 2 million black people who didn't vote. The 2 million black eligible voters who didn't vote. So this year they're going to get those people riled up with all this stuff. And, they're going to get those people riled up with all this stuff. That's a lot of agencies. Just think about it. Even if they defunded 100 police departments, you would still have 17,885 to go. They don't think these things out, man. They don't think these things out, man. They don't think these things out, man. These things have not been thought out. That's a lot of police defunding, man. That's a lot of defunding to do. Okay, so y'all just want to defund the police? Okay. That's a lot of defunding to do. You got a lot of defunding to do, man. Everyone hit the like button, man. Yeah, we back, man. It's a lot of defunding to do, man. Most people don't understand that, man. Most people just think, see, what these liberals do, they can't see outside of themselves. So they just thinking about the police as the police they see in the car that drives by, or the police they see in the video where an unarmed black man is killed. These police are having millions of interactions every day with the public. Just think about it. DC, we have 3,500 police officers on the Metropolitan Police, right? In DC. 3,500 police officers just on the DC Metropolitan Police. And that's one agency. Okay? That's one agency. Okay? One agency. DC. The Metropolitan Police Department. They don't call them the DC, but they call them Metropolitan Police. They have 3,500 officers. And that's one agency. New York City. That's one police department. LA. Chicago. And then you just go on and on and on and name every town and every city and every county until you get up to 17,985. I think people don't understand how big this country is. They're expecting charges by Wednesday for the two cops. Oh man, I don't think Black Lives Matter should push this case, man. I think Black Lives Matter need to leave this one alone, man. This gonna delegitimize their movement. Those cops were by the book. Those cops could have locked him up soon as they came up on the scene. Those cops could have locked Rashad Brooks up soon as they still did an investigation to make sure that he was drunk. They observed him slurring his speech. They observed him having poor balance and having poor memory. Zero memory. Not even knowing what city he was in. Then they gave him a field sobriety test. He failed that. Then they gave him a breathalyzer. He failed that. So under that, they determined that he was driving drunk when they pulled up and found him asleep at the wheel of a running car, and they arrested him or tried to. That's not even controversial, man. That shit ain't even controversial. And just think about how many times. All right, now that you guys know, let's just say 18,000. Everybody hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. We going in, man. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. We going in. We going in. Mods, post the links so that people that may want to contribute can. The mayor said it was a legal shoot, but a poor choice. Oh my God. What did she say about what Rashad did? Did she say anything about what Rashad did? Because that's what's going to help the community. We need the mayor to say something about what Rashad did. If Rashad made a poor choice by beating the cops up and taking the taser and shooting them with it. Was that a poor choice? Yeah, there should be 20 likes, man. Why y'all being stingy with the likes, man? Y'all being stingy. Why y'all doing me like that, man? Y'all got me begging for likes, man. Y'all got me begging for likes. Y'all got a brother begging for likes, man. How many of y'all think, how many interactions do y'all think there are with police have with the public every day? Just give me a round number. Somebody. He said the mayor got thrown. The mayor, she fired she basically, salute Javier. Appreciate you, man. Atlanta mayor is just trying to make sure she gets vice president. I heard that. I did hear that. That Keisha Lance Bottoms was on Biden's short list. Because remember, he already said he going to pick a black female. He boxed himself in. Biden boxed himself in. Biden boxed himself in when he said that he was going to choose a black female. Yeah, he said 7. He's stupid, man. Yeah, every agency have what a. So Biden said he's going to choose a black female. There's no way he's going to win with this anti-police shit. There's no way he's going to win. When now that people know, if a brother beat up some cops and shoot them with their own taser and he get killed, that we can just burn stuff down to the ground with impunity. People not signing up for that. People are not going to sign up for that. People are not going to sign up for that, man. Okay? People not signing up for that. Biden, man. Salute. Yeah, I heard that Black Lives Matter donations, if you donate to them, it doesn't necessarily go to them. It could go to any one of different organizations. And most of those organizations are helping the Democrats. Yeah, I heard that. I'm not surprised by that. Black Lives Matter is a shadow group. They're a wing of the Democratic Party. They're like Antifa. Antifa is like the military wing of the Democratic Party, and Black Lives Matter is like they're black wing. Okay? Black Lives Matter is the black wing, you know? Also a military, a quasi-military. They not really like Antifa, but they similar to Antifa. They like the black Antifa. Black Lives Matter is like the black Antifa. I just don't think people gonna sign up for people getting tired of this stuff, man. So you telling me that if a brother beats up some cops, if a brother get caught driving drunk, the cops try to arrest him, he beats him up, takes one of their tasers, shoots the one with the taser, and the other guy who now no longer has a taser goes to his gun and shoots him, that we get to burn the city down? People are not going to sign up for that, man. I'm telling you, people are not going to sign up for those. Joe's creepy. Why is he doing that? Why he so creepy, man? What's wrong with Joe, man? Joe always doing some creepy stuff, man. Yeah, 2020 been rough to say the least, man. That's the understatement of the year, Mr. Smith. That's the understatement of the year. Okay. Congratulations, you got the understatement of the year, man. Yeah, why is Joe so damn creepy? Who does shit like that? forehead to forehead. And he probably be rubbing on her back and everything and squeezing her shoulders and whatnot. Look at all the physical. Why he needs so much physical? Why does Joe Biden need so much physical contact, man? Why he craves physical contact. Joe always gotta touch you and be all up on you and whatnot. Joe craves physical contact, man. You know that, Thomas. You know that. He be sneaking fields. Joe don't try to ask for a field. Joe gonna sneak a field. Joe just gonna take a field. He don't care if the mood is right, if it's understood, if there's eye contact, if there's a spark, if there's magic in the air. Joe don't care about none of that. Joe taking he taking his field. Joe don't care. Joe gonna take his. Joe don't care if the mood is right. He don't care if sparks are flying. He don't need none of that shit. He don't need chemistry, no romantic chemistry. He just come and take his. He like the mafia. He just come and get his. Yeah, I don't. Joe don't care. Joe like, man, that's and listen, somebody said she said that salute. Oh, salute, Mac Knight, man. Appreciate you, bro. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see who gonna match Mac Knight, man. We gonna break it down tonight, man. We gonna break this whole thing down, man. Salute to you, bro. We gonna break this whole thing down. We gonna break this whole thing down. Keisha Bottoms wants to be the next vice president. Joe already said he's gonna select a female. After he told Charlemagne, you ain't black if you don't vote for me, Charlemagne did something very, did you hear what Charlemagne said? Charlemagne did something very, very tactical and strategic that I don't think Charlemagne didn't get enough credit for that. Let me show you. Now, I've banged on Charlemagne, but I will give Charlemagne credit for this. Charlemagne made a strategic move after Joe Biden said, and this is the protest in Atlanta. They're blocking the highway. How many of y'all would be mad as hell if you were going somewhere and you ran into this on the bridge? I'm already afraid of heights. You headed home after a long day of running errands, and you just want to get home and relax, and you run into this. Cause a dude beat up two cops and grabbed and took one of their tasers and tased them. He took one cop's taser, tased the other cop with that taser. And you can't get home. Just think about that, yo. God, but let me get back to Keisha Bottoms. That ain't moved. That ain't going nowhere. Let me see Keisha. I'm gonna show you what Charlemagne did. I'm gonna show you Charlemagne put Joe Biden in a box, man. He put Joe Biden in a huge box right here. Watch this. Salute. Appreciate you. Thank you, Hood. Thank you, Hood conservative guy. Appreciate you, bro. Let me see. Keisha ain't that damn fine. Keisha is not that goddamn fine. Keisha alright. Keisha is okay. Keisha Bottoms is not that damn fine. Stop it. Let me find a good one with Joe Biden from the Breakfast Club, because what he said was classic. What Charlamagne did was classic. Keisha Bottoms ain't that damn fine. Keisha Bottoms alright, but damn, like, cut it out, man. I'm about to cut it out, man. She might have been fine, and I don't know, man. She a regular looking joint, man. She alright looking regular joint, man. She a regular joint, man. All right, here we go. I'm gonna show you.
I saw today that a news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media, they're not too happy about that, and it's because they want your running mate to be a black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post by some of the leading black women voices in this country, and they feel since black women are such a loyal voting bloc, and black people saved your political life in the primaries this year, they have things they want from you, and one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered. Multiple.
Well, you know,
so much. That's really our time. I apologize.
You can't do that to black media.
I gotta do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none.
Thanks for extending our voting rights for 25 years, Joe. Why didn't Joe just extend our voting rights forever? Does anybody wonder why Joe didn't just extend our voting rights forever? Why he only extended them for 25 years? I would love to see Charlamagne ask him that question, man. Like, damn, Joe, so you basically just get... It's like when you vacuum in your car. How many of y'all be vacuuming your car at the gas station? You gotta put a quarter in. You gotta keep putting quarters in to extend the time. He extended our voting rights for 25 years. Thanks a lot, Joe.
I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have.
Look, I gave y'all 25. Look. He couldn't even say, yeah, man. He couldn't even say, look, I gave y'all the right to vote permanently. He like, look, I gave y'all a 25-year extension, man. On y'all voting rights. Oh, my God, man. Oh, Lord. So, 25 years, man. In 25 years, man, we gotta come back and ask. Oh my God! But listen to what he said at the beginning. He put Joe on the map. This is why Joe is almost certainly going to have to get either Keisha Bottoms, Kamala Harris. I don't think Kamala Harris would be a good pick. I think the best pick for him right now is Stacey Abrams. I don't even think Keisha Bottoms. Keisha Bottoms fired her police chief and the cop, and I still think the people that she. I don't think she gets you the. I don't think she's a good choice right now. I don't think she can get you the black vote to come out and everybody vote.
I want to ask you about your running mate. I don't know if you saw. Well, I saw the day that the news report broke that Amy Klobuchar was being vetted, and a lot of people on social media, they're not too happy about that. And it's because they want your running mate to be a black woman. I don't know if you saw the op-ed in the Washington Post by some of the leading black women voices in this country, and they feel since black women are such a loyal voting bloc, and black people saved your political life in the primaries this year, they have things they want from you, and one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is that I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered. Multiple.
Okay, so there you go. So let's see. I say Keisha Bottoms fine, man. Keisha Bottoms ain't that dead. Keisha Bottoms ain't fine, man. Keisha Bottoms, she alright. She okay looking joint, man. She a decent looking joint. I like big juicy lips. She got like thin lips and like I don't like her features. Biden, man. He always up in her face too. Look, every picture he always up in her face. Look, he always up. If I was her husband, I'd be like, look, man, look, bruh. I let that shit slide one time, okay? I let it slide the first time, but now you gonna keep doing it? I let that joint slide one time. Now every time I see you with my wife, you all up in her face, man. All up in her personal space, man. Right, man. And like I said, Keisha, she a nice looking woman. I'm not gonna tell you and act like she ugly enough, but God dog, Joe. Down, boy. He said she a white woman dipped in chocolate. But one thing I will give Keisha, I wouldn't say that. I think she a sister, man. Keisha Bottoms is a sister, man. She a sister, man. I ain't gonna go that far. That's funny though. I ain't gonna go that far. Damn, Joe. Joe always up on her. Look at Joe. Joe always up on her, man. Get that woman some room. Get up out that woman's personal space, man. Damn, Joe. Like, dang, Joe. Okay, man. You making everybody uncomfortable. You make everybody uncomfortable. Joe make you uncomfortable. Like, damn, bro. Chill out, man. He all... And this every picture we see with him and her. All the pictures is this. All the pictures. He all up in her space, man. That woman breathe, Joe. Give her a break, man. All up in that woman's space, man. What's wrong with you, bro? Yeah, hey, Joe. So y'all say Keisha Bottoms. Y'all say Keisha Bottoms fine. I don't know. She alright. She okay. She okay. And with the like button, man. Hit the PayPal, the Cash App. We going in, man. We gonna get to the protest in a little bit. She alright. Keisha Bottoms okay. She ain't nothing to write home about. But I don't think she would make a good vice presidential candidate right now, man. She done had a brother killed. She done had a brother killed on her watch. Everybody going to tell the police officers now, look, man, under no circumstances, I don't care what he do. If he pull a gun on you, just let him shoot you. All the mans is going like, look, man. I don't care if he shoot you. If he shoot you, fall down, go hide behind a car. Hide under a car. Hope you don't keep shooting you. Whatever you do, don't shoot him back. Cops is on high alert. What's up, everybody? Everybody in the house. Everybody hit the like button, man. What's up, Birds Nation? Hit the like button, everybody. Now listen. These the 4 black women who... Is that Condoleezza Rice on the bottom? Is that Condoleezza Rice? I'm not sure that's Condoleezza Rice, man. Who that's on the bottom left? Salute, Birds Nation. Appreciate you, bro. Who's that on the left? Somebody tell me who that's on the left or the bottom left, man. Somebody tell me who that is on the bottom left. Is that Condoleezza? It don't look like Condoleezza. Florida Congresswoman, okay. She looked a little too dark to be Condoleezza, man. That's Rondalisa. Yolanda Lisa. Yolanda Lisa. I don't know, man, Joe. I think Keisha Bottoms. I don't think you can do Keisha. You can pick Keisha Bottoms now. Val Demings? Okay, Val Demings. Okay, I never heard of her. I would pick Val Demings over Keisha Bottoms. Keisha Bottoms, man. Let's see what they saying about Keisha Bottoms on Twitter. Let's see what they saying about her, man. Let's see what her people are saying about her. Let's see what they saying about Keisha Bottoms, man. Because I just don't think that they feeling her right now. I don't think the Wakandan contingency is feeling Keisha Bottoms right now. So they're having a town hall meeting right now. I don't think the people is feeling Keisha Bottoms right now. Salute. I don't think they're having a look. This woman says Keisha Bottoms is too emotional and has poor judgment. Damn.
Rights movement. You're not protesting
You're not honoring the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement. You're not protesting anything running out with brown liquor in your hands, breaking windows in this city. T.I. and Killer Mike own half the west side. So when you burn down this city, you're burning down our community. If you want change in America, go and register to vote. Show up at the polls on June 9th. Do it in November. That is the change we need in this country. You are disgracing our city. You are disgracing the life of George Floyd and every other person who has been killed in this country. While there may be debate as to whether this was an appropriate use of deadly force, I firmly believe that there is a clear distinction between what you can do and what you should do. I do not believe that this was a justified use of deadly force and have called for the immediate termination of the officer.
You see how quickly she changed? First one was last week. Look how quick she changed in a week. She know she can't tell them Negro. Hey, she cannot tell black folk what she told them last week. What she said last week, they was not feeling that. She came back with a new message.
You're not honoring the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. and the civil rights movement. You're not protesting anything running out with brown liquor in your hands, breaking windows in this city. T.I. and Killer Mike own half the west side. So when you burn down this city, you're burning down our community. If you want change in America, go and register to vote. Show up at the polls on June 9th. Do it in November. That is the change we need in this country. You are disgracing our city. You are disgracing the life of George Floyd and every other person who has been killed in this country. While there may be debate as to whether this was an appropriate use of deadly force, I firmly believe that there is a clear distinction between what you can do and what you should do. I do not believe that this was a justified use of deadly force and have called for the immediate termination of the officer.
She switched that up real quick. She switched her game up real quick. She switched her game up real quick. Uh-oh, they starting to talk about her appearance. This when you know you in trouble. This when you know you in trouble. Hey man, don't be talking about E&J. That's my joint, E&J. I love me some E&J, man. That's a poor man's cognac, man. That's a poor man's Hennessy, man. So eat some Erkin jerk, man. Give me some Erkin jerk, man. Don't be bad mouthing Erkin jerk, man. I ain't gonna stand for that. Look, they starting to talk about her appearance. Whenever we talk about your appearance, whenever Wakandans talk about your appearance, that's a bad thing, brother. Cause that means name calling. When they get into name calling, cause that mean they really don't like what you said. If you say something like she talked about accountability and responsibility and taking care of your own community, they don't like that. So now they gonna come back with name calling, call her names. You know what I'm saying? They don't call you names. They start calling. Next thing you know, they'll start calling you, talking about you and shit, dissing you and shit. So yeah, she in trouble. Yeah, Keisha Bottoms in trouble, man. She in trouble, man. She not trending up. Look at the picture they showing of the officer trying to make him look like a skinhead. That's not even how the officer looked. They trying to make the officer look like a skinhead, man. They terrible, man. They are terrible, man. She fired this guy, man. What was this guy supposed to do, man? What was this guy supposed to do, man? What's up, black introvert? They try to show a picture. He don't even look like that. All you gotta do is show a recent picture of him. He don't even look like that no more. Try to make him look like a skinhead. Mayors who matter. So only black mayors matter now. Let me get this straight. Would you get in trouble? Would you lose your job if you say all mayors matter? And these are 3 major cities, man. I ain't even gonna lie. These are 3. You got the Washington, Atlanta, Chicago, and San Francisco. Wait a second, though. How is this country racist, man? When the last president was allegedly black, Okay, so this president's white. The president before this president was black, allegedly, quote unquote. Look at these cities that black women are mayors in. Nah, this ain't black. This ain't affirmative action, black introvert. I would agree with you on something, but this is voting. These people got voted in. This ain't affirmative action. This was not. These people, they weren't given these positions. The people, they campaigned. Cause I remember when Mary Burr, but she campaigned and she went against the other candidates and she won the election. This ain't affirmative action. How could this be such? This country can't be that bad, man. If the mayor of San Francisco, Chicago, Atlanta, D.C., and a myriad of other cities, I mean, countless other cities, are black women. And these are the people who run your day-to-day life. These are the people who when you roll over a pothole, when you see police patrols, whether your city is locked down or opened up, whether you got to wear a mask when you go in the store, whether you got to sew, all that stuff is determined. We learned that with COVID. One thing COVID taught us is that the president can't do shit. It's your governors and your mayors. How many of y'all realized that during COVID? That the mayors, Donald Trump couldn't tell the mayors or governors to do nothing. They did what they wanted to do. Donald Trump all he could do was advise them, give them advice, and tell them what he thought they should do. He couldn't make them mayors do nothing. The mayors do whatever they want to do. These mayors do whatever they want to do. And look at this. D.C., Chicago, Atlanta. Look at New York. The New York, the mayor is a bleeding heart liberal with a black wife. Mayor de Blasio got a black wife. What's up, Truth and Right, man? Hit the like button, man. Tell everybody in the UK. Peace to everybody in the UK, man. Share this on Facebook. If you want to support the channel, you can support the channel via PayPal or via the Cash App. All donations are appreciated. Man, it's a racist country, though. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing. What are you saying to people right now who are shocked, who are angered, who are sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing yet another police killing before we've even had a chance to really catch our breath over what happened to people like George Floyd? Here we are in the midst of another protest. What do you say to them?
Laura, this has been hard, and it has really been difficult for me to put aside my own anger and sadness during this time and really be able to articulate what our communities need to hear, because the reality is, what can you say? I watched the body cam video. I watched it for 30 minutes. I watched the interaction with Mr. Brooks, and it broke my heart when he talked about his daughter's birthday party that he was planning for. This was not confrontational. This was a guy that you were rooting for. And even knowing the end, watching it, you're going, just let him go. Just let him go. Let him call somebody to pick.
Let him go. He had committed a crime. Listen, she's dead wrong for this. She putting her police officers in a bad spot. The police officers came up to the car. He's asleep in the drive-thru. They were called. Let's stop this shit. These police officers were called. They show up. He's asleep in the drive-thru. They bang on the window. They tell him to move the car over to a parking spot. He moves the car to a parking spot. The investigation begins. Let's see if we can find out if he was drunk driving, because drunk driving is illegal. So they questioned him. He's slurring. He doesn't know what city he's in. They give him 10 opportunities to figure out what city he's in. He cannot. So they finally tell him what city he's in. He's wobbling. He's slurring. He's all over the place. That's observation. So they could have arrested him for observing that he was drunk. No. They gave him a field sobriety test. He can't keep his balance. They could have arrested him for that. No. They then gave him a breathalyzer. He failed the breathalyzer. That's 3 different things they went to determine whether, when they pulled up and he was asleep behind a running vehicle in the drive-thru at the Wendy's, whether at that time he had been operating a vehicle under the influence. And with their investigation, their thorough investigation, they determined that he was under the influence. That's called drunk driving. That's called DUI, DWI, whatever you want to call it. That's an arrestable offense. They went to arrest him. They have to do that. You can't have drunk drivers on the streets, man. You can't have drunk drivers on the streets, man. That shit is dangerous, man.
emotional. This was a guy that you were rooting for. And even knowing the end, watching it, you're going, just let him go. Just let him go. Let him call somebody to pick him up. And I think that's the challenge that we're all facing as leaders right now. People are looking to us to lead, but when these things continue to happen over and over again, we're asking ourselves the same questions. How do we lead during this time? We had just convened an advisory committee awaiting recommendations in 2 weeks on how we look at our use of force policies. And not even 3 days into this advisory committee before I can even get a report, we have a deadly shooting in Atlanta. And the only thing that I can call upon right now are the things that we have called upon historically. And that's just this reminder.
Listen, I got pulled over with 4 guys in the car with me and a bottle, we all were drinking Heinekens. We get pulled over. It's the gun unit. They pull us over, they said, look man, we just looking for guns. We don't care about anything you got in the car, we just looking for guns. There was a special tactical gun unit in my neighborhood. Why do you think there was a tactical gun unit in that neighborhood? Pulling people over at random and searching for guns. Does anybody have any idea why they might have been doing that? So the gun unit pulls us over. I'm scared because everybody in there sipping on Heinekens. They say, they get me out the car. They get everybody out the car. They see the Heinekens. They're like, we don't even care about that. We don't care about none of that. They search the car. They search the trunk. They don't find no guns. They say, you can go ahead and go. All white guys. This notion that white officers just... I don't have these interactions with white officers, man, that are so bad. Or black officers, really. Even when I get arrested, I only had one incident where it was really bad when I got arrested. Most of the time when you get arrested, man, if you like, alright, if you don't fight with them, it's going to be alright.
This advisory committee before I can even get a report. We have a deadly shooting in Atlanta, and the only thing that I can call upon right now are the things that we have called upon historically. And that's just this reminder that we will get to the other side of this. But in the meantime, we got to keep pushing, and it's. I know it doesn't matter to the families because their loved ones are gone, but just for them to understand that these deaths will not be in vain. There's a movement across this country, and it is changing all of our cities.
Salute. Oh, you didn't get a wrench? My bad. I got you, McKnight. You wasn't here earlier when I gave out the wrenches. I got you in a minute. Let me get you out the way. Salute, Crons. I'm just call you Cron. You forget the cop wakes him up, then has to come back to him. He falls back asleep again in the line. Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand, man. I just don't understand, man. What they expect cops to be cab drivers. Now cops got to drive people home. Now when you drunk driving, cops got to drive you home. Cops catch you drunk driving, now they got to drive you home. God damn. Man, Jack. I ain't even gonna lie to you, Jack.
If you want to lose weight without...
I ain't even gonna lie to you, Jack. Hold on, let me see where you at. Where you at? Damn, where the fuck you go? Where the fuck did you go, McKnight? Comment, McKnight. Where you at, McKnight? I don't see you. Comment. Comment right now so I can, because you have to comment so I can click next to your comment. I don't see you, man. Oh, you sent me an email? Alright. I'm gonna try to get, I can only get to some email. Salute, Cedric Vincent. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate you, bro. Go ahead and comment, Mac Knight, so I can make you a mod. I don't know why I'm not seeing you over here, man. Hope nobody blocked you, man. Did somebody just block you? Hope nobody blocked you, man. If somebody blocked you, man, I'll be upset. Cause your comments not coming up in the chat. You see your comments not coming up in the chat. I think somebody blocked you, man. We got a hater in the house, man. Why is your comment not coming up in the chat? Your comment is the only comment not coming up in the chat. You're the only one that's not coming up in the chat. What in the world? This is crazy, man. I don't see none of your comments. Hit all comments. You said hit all comments? What do you mean? I don't know why I just made you a moderator now. I don't know why your comments wouldn't come up. I don't know what happened there, man. Alright, we got you though. You good now. You got your wrench now. Salute.
Saying to people right now who are shocked, who are angered, who are sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing yet another police killing before we've even had a chance to really catch our breath? What happened to people like George Floyd? Here we are.
Yeah, old Abby, these women should be saying, man, don't fight with cops. Brothers, do not fight with cops. Don't resist. Definitely don't beat them up. And whatever you do, don't take their taser and then use it on them. No one's saying that. Hit one of you heard any public official say that? Because I haven't. I mean, maybe I have. Maybe I just haven't heard anybody say that. I haven't heard any public official say, you know what? I heard a lot of, they should have drove them home. I heard a lot of that stuff. They should have drove them home, all this crap, but I think you already got a wrench, right, Black? You already got one. So this is Minneapolis. Dateline Minneapolis. This is Minneapolis.
At least 7 Minneapolis police officers have resigned amid the protests over police brutality and racial inequality, and more than half a dozen are in the process of leaving, department officials told the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Minneapolis Police Department insiders told the newspaper that officers are feeling misunderstood and stuck in the middle of a state probe, protests, city leaders, and the media after the death of an unarmed black man, George Floyd, in Minneapolis police custody sparked nationwide protests. City spokesman Casper Hill confirmed to the newspaper that 7 officers had left the department without providing demographic information. Police insiders said several officers in exit interviews pointed to a lack of support from police leadership and city officials as the demonstrations intensified.
I'm sure police, man, it's got to be rough to be a police officer now. Like, I'm sure if I'm the mayor of one of these cities, I'm telling all my cops, man, look, man, you might just have to get shot. If a brother pull a gun on you, you might just have to let him shoot you. Damn. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son stabbed somebody? Wow. If you have an email you want to send me, send it to akintunde2@gmail.com. Neighbor 60 stabbed by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son speaks out and claims they were arguing over trash cans when he launched into his frenzied attack. Damn. Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's kids are biracial. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar married to a little teeny Ashkenazi lady. She's real small, little Ashkenazi lady. The victim, Ray Windsor, 60, said Abdul-Jabbar yelled, "Shut your effing mouth. I'm going to stick a knife through your teeth," before he stabbed him 7 times. Windsor said he has known the basketball star's son since he was a child. He said the two were arguing over trash cans because he felt Abdul-Jabbar was not doing enough to help out the 83-year-old lady who he lives with. Abdul-Jabbar recently went to the victim's home to apologize the next day. The victim's daughter, Rachel Windsor, 26, said she is terrified Abdul-Jabbar will launch a frenzied attack on her father after he was released on $25,000 bail. He was charged with assault with a deadly weapon. Wow. Yeah, look at this guy. He stabbed this guy. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son stabbed this guy 7 times and got out the next day on $25,000 bail. Think about that, y'all. Think about that. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son stabbed this guy 7 times and got out the next day for $2,500. Right, he do look like... Nah, that ain't money, black introvert. Anybody could get that. Anybody. That's just how the system work, man. Now, if it was about money, they'd have gave him a higher bond so they could get more money from him. Brothers get out on this all the time, man. We do this every day, man. Brothers get out for bond. I told you, the brother who is, if you in a bad situation with a brother, that brother got a that brother got a record, man. He stabbed. That's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son. Man, jeez. Oh yeah, I saw this one. This was hysterical. But look, why not? Go all the way with it. I told you, I made a video the other day. I told y'all start GoFundMes, man. Start GoFundMes, man. GoFundMes, man. And tell these people if they want to be guilty, all black panhandlers should be out here like, yo, near these protests. If I was a black panhandler, I would be down at the protest. Like, yo, what's good? What's good? I'm going to go to Twitter and see this one. I'm going to see this one on Twitter. Hold on. I will go to Twitter. I'm going to go to Twitter and see this one.
What are you saying to people right now who are shocked, who are angered, who are sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing yet another police killing before we've even had a chance to real...
Let's see. Let me see something. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, Seattle give black people $10. That shit is crazy. They giving black people $10. This is hysterical. This is hysterical. Wait till you see this, y'all. Everybody hit the like button. Wait till y'all see this.
Okay. I want you to find by the
Get your popcorn.
Okay. I want you to find by the time you leave this autonomous zone, I want you to give $10 to one African American person from this autonomous zone. And if you find that's difficult, if you find it's hard for you to give $10 to people of color, to black people especially, you have to think really critically about in the future, are you going to actually give up power and land and capital when you have it? If you have a hard time giving up $10, you got to think about, are you really down with this struggle? Are you really down with the movement? Because if that is a challenge for you, then I'm unsure if you're in the right place. So find an African American person. The white people, I see you. I see every single one of you. And I remember your faces. You find that African American person and you give them $10. Cash App, Venmo, $10 in your pocket. That's my challenge to you. Do it.
Yeah, salute. Hit the like button. Share these videos. Let's see what the fuck. Let's see what's trending, man. $10, man. $10, man. Give every black person $10. Find a black person and give them $10. Mayors who matter. All mayors matter. You're fired. All I said was all mayors matter. You're fired.
Population of communities of color in Chicago. What do you say to this issue of police accountability and what needs to be done?
Well, if I may, what I first want to do is I want to acknowledge Ms. Campbell's pain. You can tell by her voice that she's still very much suffering and traumatized from the experience. And I think one of the things that's most important in this moment is that we don't forget that there are real live people who have lost their lives as a result of police violence.
18 people were killed in one day in this woman's city. Think about that, y'all. I just want you to think about the city you live in. And imagine 18 people being killed in one day and all of them being black. And you have to, that happened 2 weeks ago. And you have to watch this. You can't watch this without knowing that. You can't listen to what she's about to say without knowing that within the past 2 weeks, she had a bunch of people been killed in her city. But one of those days, the worst day, 18 black people were murdered in her city. And then you have to listen to what she says.
What I do is I want to acknowledge Ms. Campbell's pain. You can tell by her voice that she's still very much suffering and traumatized from the experience. And I think one of the things that's most important in this moment is that we don't forget that there are real live people who have lost their lives as a result of police violence, and their families continue to live in that pain. And I want to make sure that we don't forget that. I've spent some time over the last couple days, and including today, talking to people that I've gotten to know, surviving family members, and they're feeling a lot of re-trauma through this experience. They feel lost, they feel hopeless, they feel pained, and in some instances, they feel voiceless. And we need to make sure that as we talk about these larger issues, that we never lose sight of the fact that someone has lost a loved one, and that person continues to feel that pain. So, yes, we absolutely have to address this issue. The status quo is clearly failing, even in cities like Chicago and others across the country where we've been working on reform issues for a number of years now. We have to accelerate the pace of that and really give voice to the pain and the anguish that we're seeing out on the streets every single day. People are sick of rhetoric. They're sick of talk. They want concrete action. And as mayors, that's what we've got to do to make sure that we listen. I think listening in this moment is critically important, and that we act in a way that truly reflects the lived experience of the people in our communities that are...
Yeah, she sound like Michael Eric Dyson, man. She just giving us a word salad, man. She sound like the female version of Michael Eric Dyson.
To make sure that we listen. I think listening in this moment is critically important, and that we act in a way that truly reflects the lived experience of the people in our communities that are suffering. I listened to a minister's sermon recently, and we, of course, talking about COVID-19, but he so poignantly said, we've been living with COVID-16-19 for far too long, and we've got to cure the systemic...
That was good. COVID-16-19. That was a good one, man. I gotta give him credit for that one, man. He should have did the eulogy at George Floyd funeral.
Recently, and we, of course, talking about COVID-19, but he so poignantly said, we've been living with COVID-16-19 for far too long, and we've got to cure the systemic racism that leaves all of us hurt and broken and too far behind, too many communities left out of the greatness of our cities, our states, and our countries simply because of the color of their skin. And, you know,
Two things COVID and racism got in common. They just found out that people were being diagnosed as dying of COVID even when COVID wasn't the main reason they died. So basically, if you died of heart disease, or you died of kidney disease, or you died of asthma attack or whatever, and you happen to have COVID, they would say you died of COVID, even though COVID, you didn't have any COVID symptoms. So a lot of people had no symptoms of COVID, but they had it, and they died from whatever they died from, and they were listed as a COVID death. So that's the similar to racism, where it's like, it may be a lot of reasons you ain't get a job. You might not have got the job because you showed up to the interview late. You might not have got the job because you was unqualified. You might not have got the job because you showed up for the interview on time, but it was a bad interview. You might not have got the job because 100 people applied for the job, and 99 other people didn't get the job either. It could have been a myriad of reasons why you didn't get the job, but we will attribute it to racism. And another thing that COVID got in common with racism is that it was given far too much of attention. Like we shut the whole country down for COVID, and if you take away nursing home deaths, even if you let them do all the funny games they did where they counted everybody. If a person had COVID and they had no symptoms of COVID and then they had a heart attack, they would have said that was a COVID death. So let's just say, let's let them play that game. Even with that, if you take away nursing home deaths, it's like basically like getting hit by lightning to die from COVID. It's like getting struck by lightning if you die from COVID. So it's got a lot in common with racism. A lot in common.
Then we took it a step further. We actually did make an announcement.
Make sure whatever you say, don't say all mayors matter. Only black mayors matter.
Francisco, go ahead. Here in San Francisco, I just wanted to add that we took it a step further. We actually did make an announcement that we are going to reduce funding in the police department and redirect that money specifically to the African American community. And this does not necessarily mean, I know we're talking about this movement, defund the police. This does not necessarily mean we are going to completely defund the police department. It means that we need to look at ways in which we can reduce the amount of resources that we're providing to the department, redirect those funds to the African American community in San Francisco for better outcomes. And more importantly, as I'd mentioned before, why are police officers responding to things?
Why do you have to take the money away from the police department? I don't understand that. They're making it seem like the only way you can get money for the African American community is to take it from the police department. And I don't want to hear about education. They don't care about education. All the schools suck in these democratically run cities.
American community in San Francisco for better outcomes. And more importantly, as I'd mentioned before, why are police officers responding to things that don't involve violence that may...
Why are police officers responding to drunk drivers? Because, you know, nothing can go wrong if that guy would have woken up and continued to drive. What are the chances he would have fell asleep again behind the wheel? Let's just say that guy would have got up and got on the highway, and what were the chances he would have fell asleep again? I mean, come on, man. You gotta respond to drunk drivers, man. Y'all gotta stop this stuff, man.
In San Francisco for better outcomes. And more importantly, as I'd mentioned before, why are police officers responding to things that don't involve violence, that may not involve a need for an officer to respond in the first place? Looking at things that we are purchasing that we no longer need in these specific departments. So making a real reform. I think people want reform, they want changes, and I think part of those changes would also mean that there will be a reduction of what we spend on our departments in our cities.
But, you know, for example, Mayor Bottoms or Mayor Bowser as well. I know you're back on with us, Mayor Bowser. I'll turn to you on this issue.
Yes,
Is this a matter of slogan and messaging, or do you feel that it's not just that people are getting the wrong message from not having a more nuanced conversation, or is it that, look, your budget, the way you have it, you don't think you're overfunding or defunding or underfunding in any way? What's your opinion?
Well, I think, and I'm sorry that I didn't hear some of the conversation, but I know that you're talking about how we reform our departments and what types of investments we make in them. What I have said to our city council as well as residents across the district, that the budget I sent represents the amount of funding that we need for our police, but that's only one part of our public safety equation, because police alone can't make neighborhoods safe. And so I've had the privilege of being mayor the last 5 years, and what we've seen is our investments in education go up 40%. Our safety net services, in some cases, when I look at my human services budgets and homelessness budgets, go up over 70%. Health investments.
Homeless people ain't out here shooting people every night. They keep talking about homelessness. Homeless people are not here shooting people every night. It's teenagers who live in a house or apartment with their single mother. It's teenage boys who live in houses with their single mothers and go to public school. They keep talking about homelessness like homeless people is out here shooting people every night.
Police alone can't make neighborhoods safe. And so I've had the privilege of being mayor the last 5 years, and what we've seen is our investments in education go up 40%. Our safety net services, in some cases, when I look at my human services budgets and homelessness budgets, go up over 70%. Health investments over 40%. In my MPD investments over that same course of time have only grown 12%. So we have to look at our everything that we're investing in and make sure that we're investing in opportunity programs like education and job training, but also intervention like our violence interrupters and mental health professionals in schools and doing all of those things. So public safety is more than policing, but policing is an important part of the equation too. As long as we're investing in good community-based policing, that we have our officers trained and equipped, that we're training them in de-escalation techniques, and that they represent our city. Attracting the best of the best is very important to the work that we do.
So Mayor Bottoms, I mean, do you feel the same way, or do you have a different perspective?
Yeah, I think that it's very difficult for us to speak in slogans. So when you say defund the police, the solutions are so much more complicated than the slogan. I can appreciate the sentiment and where we're trying to get to, but I think you have to look at our budgets in its totality. So for example, in Atlanta, we began almost 2 years ago looking at closing our city jail because we had ended our relationship with ICE during the family separation crisis. We were no longer accepting ICE detainees. We had eliminated cash bail bonds, so if you had $200 in your pocket to pay a traffic ticket, you could pay it and go home. If you didn't, you might stay in our jail up to 6 months. We ended cash bail bonds, so it gave us an opportunity to begin to reimagine and transform our city jail and take a look at how we were even allocating our corrections budget. So while we haven't slashed our police budget because it's primarily salaries, workers' compensation, retirement, pensions, capital costs, etc., we have looked at our correction staff and budget, and we have slashed that budget by almost 60%. So it gives us an opportunity to take some of our correction staff and move them to our boots on the ground. They are helping us.
I got a question for y'all, for the chat. What group of people will receive will have the most harm inflicted upon them by the defunding of the police and the defunding of the correctional system? What group of people will have the most harm inflicted upon them? Thank you, Chris Martins. Thank you. And it's ironic that that's who's up here talking about that. Because these are the people who live with the people who commit the bulk of the crime. These are the people who are married to, who are girlfriends, who are baby mamas, who are neighbors of the people who commit the bulk of the crime in this country, per capita. It's very interesting that they're the ones calling for that.
Feed our seniors. They are delivering meals to our kids. They're cleaning up our neighborhoods. So we are already moving in that direction, but I think it is a great opportunity for people who are now interested in municipal budgets to really dig in deep and have some say so, but not just get stuck on this one.
Let's see if there's any protests going on, man. Hit the like button. Everyone hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't. You can support the channel via the PayPal or via the Cash App. All donations are appreciated. Let's see if there's any protests going on, man. Portlandia. Man, Atlanta seems like it's quiet tonight, man. Everybody home watching Keisha Bottoms, man. On CNN, man. Everybody home watching Keisha Bottoms, man. Let me see something, man. Let me just put in protest, man. Everybody home watching Keisha Bottoms and the Mayors That Matter. Let's see what's going on in Portland, man.
Continually paring those down to make sure that they are digestible policies. They have done that groundwork before. They have made sure they've gotten out into the community and gotten all of the voice of the community to inform on what we are going to be talking to you about today. The acronym we're going to be going with is DRIP, D-R-I-P. Divest, reinvest, protect. So we want to have police divest funds from what they have now. We want a large divestment. We want a defunding. The D is divest and defund. We want a $50 million defunding of the police now and annually moving forward.
I hate to tell you, brother, but you better hope they don't defund the police. You fool.
We want a reinvestment of those funds into communities of color that have experienced marginalization, gentrification, economic downturn, and everything else that I could talk about for the next 45 minutes and would barely scratch the surface. Regarding protection, if we are going to move forward with a police force, right now, the police commissioner is appointed by the mayor. That is wrong. We elect our leaders, we should be able to elect our police commissioner. As we are moving forward, it is important to understand that names are continually being added to the list of those slain at the hands of the police. There is no mistake made that this is, in every sense of the name, a race war. Every day I wake up, every day any black person wakes up, they still continually have to think about if they're going to make it home at night if they get pulled over by a police officer.
That is such horse crap. Like 0.00001% of black people that get pulled over have a bad experience.
Listen, what about your son? Exactly. We are out here because Black Lives Matter. We are out here because we want to go home at night. We are out here because
we're out here because we want to go home at night. I wonder where they live. Salute, Chris Martin. Thank you for the donation. What's up, Deshaun? Tell me this. Tell me this. Would this guy be safe this guy must, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's rough out there. Let me just put it like that. It's rough out there, man.
Any black person wants to be pulled over by the police and feel like any other white man that gets pulled over by the police. Thoughtless. I want to not have to think about the fact that that officer might pull his gun on me because of the color of my skin.
So, the officer pulled his gun on Rayshard Brooks because of the color of his skin. They're already twisting the narrative. The officer pulled his gun on Rayshard Brooks because of the color of his skin. That's it. That's the only reason the officer pulled the gun on Rayshard Brooks.
All of our policies, again, will be informed on by this. They will also be on our website, which we're continually building up. I believe it's Civil Rights Collective.
Wow. Look like
civil rights.
Look at that crowd. Look at that crowd. The pastiness, man. Look at this. This guy's up here talking to all these white folk, man. It's not. Is there one black person? He's the only black person there.
Small little baby speaker PA.
Right.
To, excuse my language, a fucking movement. And we are so thankful that you are out here with us. To those of you that have been out here with us every single day, we are so thankful. We hope that you continue to come out here. And like I've said before, we want to be transparent and we want you to hold us accountable. And we have got some things planned. I promise you that. Thank you so much.
White people, be careful what you say. Don't have real candid conversations. There's a camera around. You can't believe nothing you hear these white people say. Like, if you overhear one of these conversations, you can't think it's authentic. Yeah. It's so messed up, man, in the country today, man. I know, man. It's so messed up. Black Lives Matter, man. Yeah, Black Lives do matter. Man, F Trump, man. Yeah, F Trump. He's the worst, man. Down with racism, man. Fund the police.
I work with the union. I'm a carpenter, and I go through a lot of shit. They pay me a lot of money, but I just want them to know that I love them, and I just want them to live a good life and be able to have a house, have things I never had. That's what I want from my children. I'm sorry. That's all I want. And I love y'all. I'm proud of y'all. Keep doing what y'all doing. And that's it. That's all I want.
It's extortion, man. This is extortion. Give us your stuff.
Every day you are out here, it is exposure therapy. If you don't know what exposure therapy is, go look it up. Every day you are out here, it is exposure therapy. That is intentional. That is intentional because every day I wake up, I'm black. Every day a lot of you wake up, you are not black. So we have to remind you what we go through. And that may feel
Bruh. You live out there in Portland. You got it easy, bruh. You ain't going through that. Come to DC, Chicago, New York, Atlanta, and try to talk this crap in front of a group of black folk. He couldn't hold court in front of a group of 3 black people. He not man enough. You gotta have some testosterone, man, to hold court in front of black folk, man. I don't think he would have the ball. I don't think we have the courage to stand up in front of a bunch of black people and talk like this. I think he would be shaking. Philly, yeah. Like, what would that guy's experience be like in North Philly? Or even Germantown? Or Chester County? What would this guy's experience be like? Would he be worried about cops He'd breathe a sigh of relief every time he seen a cop. He would breathe a sigh of relief every time he seen a cop. He'd be at the neighborhood council meeting complaining that there weren't enough cop patrols. That girl he was with would have left him for one of the local homeboys. One of them Philly dudes would have been scooped this girl. One of them Philly dudes would have been scooped this girl. His girl would be like, you know what? This isn't working out. But you loved me when we were in Portland around all those white people and I was the black guy. Yeah, but in Philly, just being black isn't edgy enough. Because there's a lot of black guys in Philly. You know, you just don't have... It's me. It's not you, it's me. I've outgrown this relationship. Yeah, man. She's outgrown this relationship. Get your shit and get your bags and hurry up and leave, man. But brother. We brothers. The fact that spray painted on the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, I don't have a problem with that. Thomas Jefferson owned slaves, and he was a terrible man. He owned slaves all his life, but he had another side to him. He was one of the founding fathers, helped write the Constitution. You know, he did a lot of good things too that we benefited from. But he did some bad. He owned slaves, and I don't have a problem with his mural, his thing being desecrated, because for 200 years he was applauded, and now he's being this monument stood there for 200 years with nobody as much as sneezing on it. So I mean, listen, I ain't even upset. He was a slave owner. He owned slaves. If I was alive back then and I was a slave, he would have owned me. He would have not let me free. He'd have worked me to the bone. So I ain't even gonna be upset. I ain't upset about that part. That part of it, I'm not upset about. I am not upset that Thomas Jefferson, a guy who owned huge plantations with hundreds of slaves on them, Monticello, what's that place out in Virginia he owned? Forgot the name. Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon. I'm not upset that they did that. Yeah, it's history, but I mean, listen, he didn't pay for it during his life. He died while slavery was still going on. You understand, Thomas Jefferson died and slavery was still going on. Slavery wouldn't be abolished for another 40 years after he died. You gotta understand, this guy lived for 80 years, owned slaves the whole time, died, and slavery was abolished 40 years after he died. Okay? Not a good person, man. Complex, I get it. He did some other good things, like I said. He did some other good things. But he lived for 80 years, owned slaves the whole time, was the most powerful man in the country, died, and slavery still went on for another 40 years in the country. He was the most powerful man of at one point. Okay? So you gotta think about that. He wasn't a Joe Schmo. I'm not talking about a shoe shiner. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about a ditch digger here. I'm talking about a guy who was the president of the country while owning huge plantations full of slaves and didn't abolish slavery. Died, and 40 years later, it was abolished. Yeah, I mean, listen, man. I don't mind his statue being destroyed. I can't say that. I mean, like, listen. Like, listen, man. I ain't gonna sit here and hold you, man. I don't care. I don't care if you donated $1 million, motherfucker. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't have a problem with that. Okay? I don't care if you donated $1 million gazillion dollars. Okay? I don't have a problem with that. That guy was the most powerful person in the country, and he didn't abolish slavery.
We were like dicking around here before, so I'm just gonna shoot this really quick and then meet you, and then we'll go start packaging. You can go with her. I'm not gonna get like.
Yeah, I'm African, man. That's where the slaves came from. Yeah, just because slavery is still going on in the world today, don't mean nothing. Listen, just because slavery is still going on in the world today, don't give you a pass for having slaves in the past. I think the people I talk about the slavery, no one on YouTube talks about the slavery that's going on today more than I do in the Arab world. Open slave markets in Libya, castrated slaves being sold on Facebook in Saudi Arabia. No one talks about that more than I do. I talk about that all the time. I talk about slavery throughout the world all the time. No one talks about that more than I do. I think that Thomas Jefferson, though, his legacy was great for hundreds of years. It's not like he lost anything. His legacy was great for hundreds of years. And now they're tearing down his statues. You got to put that in context. The fact that his face is on money. He has monuments everywhere. He's got statues everywhere. And when he was alive, he had huge plantations with hundreds of slaves that were worked, toiled on his plantations, weren't allowed to read, lived and died on his plantations. What do you think would have happened to a slave on Thomas Jefferson's plantation if the slave was like, look, man, I ain't working today? Any one of you guys who got a problem with me not having a problem with Thomas Jefferson, answer me this. What would have happened if a slave would have woke up one day and said, you know what, Tom? I don't feel like working today, man. I'm going to take the day off, Thomas. No, it ain't feelings. Do I sound like I'm in my feelings? Literally. Do I literally sound like I'm in my feelings? Someone tell me what would have happened if Thomas would have made an advance on one of the female slaves. Let's just say Thomas Jefferson was like creepy Joe Biden. Let's pretend like Thomas Jefferson was like creepy Joe Biden, right? and he made an advance on one of his female slaves. What do you think would have happened if she was like, you know what? Nah, man. I ain't feeling you, bro. Nah, I'm good. If she would have been like, nah, I'm good, champ. Nah, Mo. Nah, homie. I'm good. Or she was like, I got a man. What do you think if one of the female slaves would have told Thomas Jefferson, I got a man? What do y'all think would happen? Because I just want to show you, like you said, these people are complex. He has the one side where he's helping write the Constitution, helping build a great country. Then you got the other side where, like, what does he do if one of his male slaves said they don't want to work today? What does he do if he makes an advance on a female slave and she says, you know, I got a man? What do you think would have happened? You know what I'm saying? What do you think would happen? No, I get African soldier. I get all that. But once you sold, you sold. Like, that's like saying somebody, that's like back in the day in like in the hood or the projects or whatever, like women would be addicted on drugs. When crack hit DC real hard, it was a lot of women who would sell their young daughters. Like their daughter be like 12 or something, or underage or whatever, and they would sell their daughter to a drug dealer for some money. That girl still even though her mother sold her to that drug dealer or let that drug dealer come in her room for some drugs, that little girl still gotta, you know what I'm saying? She still gotta go through that. She's still gonna be traumatized by that. It doesn't take away, you know, what she went through. You know what I'm saying? So when you say that, yeah, Africans sold them slaves, yeah, Africans did sell those slaves, but now you a slave. And you're you. And this guy is doing this to you. And then that guy goes on to be celebrated because of other stuff that he did. You know what I'm saying? That guy did this stuff to you and hundreds of other people, but he did some other stuff that he celebrated for. And, you know, now they're punishing him for the stuff he did to you. And not punishing him, just punishing his statues. So during his life, he never got any punishment for the stuff he did. 200 years after his death, some statues got torn down. I don't have a problem with that. Now, do I think me not having a problem with it is different than me saying that it amounts to anything. Okay? So me not having a problem with these statues being torn down is different than me saying that it means anything. It don't amount to nothing. If you tear down a Confederate statue in Richmond, Virginia, the murder rate ain't gonna drop. The high school graduation rate ain't gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? The teenage pregnancy rate ain't gonna go down. The incarceration rate ain't gonna go down. Nothing gonna change. You could tear every monument off down in Richmond and nothing's gonna change. And just like any other city, it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna change anything. Nothing. Nothing is going to change. It's not going to change the amount of brothers that get shot by cops. None of that stuff. But me not having a problem with it is different than me saying that it's going to amount to anything. Those are two separate things that I'm talking about. He said, what your man got to do with me? What was that do? Positive K. My man Positive K. I got him, man. What do I look like? Some kind of fly inmate who just came home from jail sweating you for a date? Yeah, this is symbolism. It's symbolism, but I don't have a problem with it. Oh, man, that's a terrible picture of George. That don't look nothing like George, man. That don't look like George. Who is that? That look like Gary Coleman, man. Is that a picture of George Floyd or Gary Coleman? Come on, guys. You can do better than that. Come on, guys. These guys need some amphetamines or something, man. What's going on, man? Why they so sluggish, man? Pick it up, guys. Somebody said this ain't Atlanta. You think? You think? How long did it take you to figure out that this wasn't Atlanta? Oh, these white folk been out there tired. These white folk tired, man. They been out since early this morning. They tired. Okay, that's what it is. These white folk tired, man. They tired. That's all it is, man. It ain't really. I feel them, man. These white folk puckered out, man. They all puckered out. Oh God, this stuff is so crazy, man. It doesn't even need commentary, really. Like, it literally is so crazy. It doesn't need commentary. It's just like, wow. These people, man. These people, man. Wow. Atlanta, calm down, man. Look at Atlanta, man. She got the city under control, man. That man got her city under control, man. Man, Keisha Bottoms, man. Nightly News with Doc Nation. News you can choose. The only interactive news program on YouTube. You can support the channel via PayPal or via the Cash App. All donations appreciated. Yeah, man. Let's see what's trending. Chaz. All right, let me see. Let's see who got fired. Let's see who got fired or canceled, man. Kerry Wood. Why would Kerry Wood be trending? He must have said something stupid. I don't know why he's trending. Viking Profits. Oh, Trump forever is trending. Uh-oh. Oh, so they're blaming Trump. So that Trump wants to have a rally. Trump wants to have a rally next Saturday, and now they're talking about COVID again. They didn't mention the pandemic or COVID while all the protesting was going on. Now Trump wants to have a rally. Ain't that crazy? Trump wants to have a rally. Now all of a sudden, COVID, he gonna make a spike, man. I can't believe they used it. They got. I can't believe they used that fake pandemic like that, man. I'm gonna go to the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone in a minute, man. I'm gonna go to the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone in a minute. Like this guy said, the riots and protests already ended the virus. Right. I can't believe they complaining about Trump having a rally now. Ain't that crazy? I can't do this shit no more. I can't do Twitter no more. Right now, I gotta get Twitter a break, man. Let me see. Let me see something, man. The Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, man. Let's see. The Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, man. They just took over part of the city, man. The mayor says a lot of crime going on there that they can't get to because they can't get in there. I mean, not the mayor, the police chief. The police chief and the mayor are at odds. The police chief is a black woman and the mayor is a white woman. And they're at odds. Oh, Chaz changed his name. What's his name? What's it called now? What's it called now? Wow, this the warlord of Chaz? What the hell?
Aaron was telling me about how they laid out cardboard. They dumped a bunch of potting soil on it, and then they set their plants on top of the potting soil. They didn't plant them; they left them in the pot, on top of the the potting soil, which was on top of the cardboard. So I think they're probably set. They have hit self-sufficient status by now.
Chop. What they call it, chop.
All the people in the back, you ready to lose some of this?
Yeah.
No, you can't lose this. This is for us. We made this. But let it be known that somebody got hurt to make this happen. Somebody had to bleed to make this happen. And the shit was up to me. I don't know if I want that building to be standing no more. I'm a little upset. Told my black folks before I start this next song, man. Once again, I'm sorry that we're here. Once again, we're here again. They killing us while we protesting, somebody else dying. We don't even have time to even think about it no more. We don't even have time to mourn the loss of somebody because something else happens the next day. Like I said, the first time in a long time.
This brother's not talented, man. His brother ain't talented, man.
Almost feel useless in it. Almost feel powerless in it. We gotta keep fighting. This ain't enough. This is not enough. When they go on Fox News, this is to my white allies. When they go on Fox News and they call you Antifa and they call you terrorists, the only reason they call you that is because they can't call you nigga lover on TV. The only reason they call us thugs is they can't call you nigga on TV. I would like some peace. I don't even think they deserve that. Let's start this next song.
Oh, I love that. That is something that.
Before we start this, y'all, I want y'all to repeat after me. This is crazy. I want y'all to repeat after me. When I say all brothers want, y'all say some white folk benefits. All brothers want.
White folk benefits.
All brothers need.
White folk benefits.
Oh yeah, all brothers want.
White folk benefits.
All brothers need.
White folk benefits.
I had an epiphany. Stood up there. I stood up there.
Oh my God, man. Oh, God. Right. Oh my God, man.
Get your hands up, hey, everybody in the chairs, get your hands up, get your hands up, hey, get your hands up, everybody in the chairs, get your hands up. Yeah.
If he tried this in the hood, the local rap dudes would have kicked him off the stage.
I woke up needing medicine, my innocence is genuine. Welcome to my pain, let it settle in the sedative. Nothing in my brain, 100 proof up in my skeleton. Down with the heretics. Aren't you so American? It was not adrenaline, sugar coated with heritage. Tell them when they bury me, that heaven was dead.
Listen, I don't want to capitalize off white guilt, man. I'm on another side, man. I'm here for people who tired of this stuff, man. Who want an alternative, man. I'm here for that, man. I already got my group. You know what I'm saying, Black Introvert? I'm here for the people that tired of this stuff. That think rationally and think logically. And see through all this stuff. So they can have a place, so we can have a channel, a place to come together. I don't need these white people to pander to me, and it's insulting. This is insulting, man. What these white people do, this is insulting, man. These type of white people, I can't be around. I can't be around white liberals, man. I just can't do it, man. I can't be around them. They're so pandering. That first of all, they're gonna think I can't do anything. They're gonna think I can't. They're gonna think I'm completely incapable of virtually everything. So that's going to be the first thing that's going to frustrate me. You're around another person who thinks that you're completely incapable of doing virtually everything. And that's their default setting when they meet you. When these white liberals meet you, their default setting is that you're completely incapable of doing virtually everything. You know what I'm saying? It's insulting, man. I'm cool, man. I stick to my crowd, man. I don't need to go and extort or guilt these white people out of their money. I'm doing fine just with my channel and my movement and my group and my thing. I'm doing fine. Just doing my thing, man. I'm on the other side, man. I'm on the other side of these people, man.
Pretty racially, like it's just like that's just like King Thug, right? Like that's extra as fuck. Yeah. He doesn't deserve that at all, right? No. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So sorry, I'll let you get back to your statement. For sure. Thank you. Cool. All right. So, Deshaun, I think. DeAndre said that. So DeAndre, obviously, I feel like DeAndre was the most willing to talk.
Go ahead, black introvert, man. I think you should experiment. I think you should go live too. I think you should record your experiment. I think you should go everywhere, try to get a free meal, try to get a free cup of coffee out of every Starbucks. I think you should ask white people for money on the street. I think that would be a good thing to do, man. I would love to see it, man. I would love to see you go out there and push the envelope and you know what I'm saying and expose them. But you know what I'm saying, see how far they'll go. I think that'd be a good thing for you to do, man. I think I would love to see that, man. I would definitely love to see that, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to Black Introvert channel, man, so y'all can see that when he doing that. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. He already got a couple thousand subscribers. But subscribe to his channel, because I would love to see that. I want to see a man on the street see how far these guilty liberals would go. Yeah, get your reparations one step at a time, man.
All the black lives in the crowd, give it up for y'all. This is the reason why we're here today, right? Amen. I would also want to honor the Duwamish tribe. And with land that is weak today, I want to honor them. Because any person who knows, anyone who knows street politics or hood politics, you're going to ask the big homie to speak. So that's what we did. We asked the big homie if we could speak. And that's the Duwamish tribe. I also want to give it up for the Central District too. Because the Central District is where it all started, right? So I'm giving it up for the Central District. I want to give it to my hometown, the South End too.
Something is not right about all these cornball brothers and these cornball sisters that would never sneeze around a group of black folk. It would never frequent places where it was, majority black. Getting up in front of a bunch of white people, and all of a sudden they blackity black. I know for a fact I can just look at these people and listen to them talk and tell, man, these dudes would be scared of me, man. I know if this dude would be scared of me. Like I know I could chump this guy. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm a tough guy or nothing. But I know that this dude would be scared of me. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny enough. I know I know from just experience and yada yada yada. I know this guy would be scared of me if we were in the same place.
From the very beginning, y'all, let's not forget that we were slaves for 400 years, y'all. Let's not forget that. Come on now. So, I give it up for the gun violence victims in the community, all of them, whether it's police brutality, whether it's my bro Chance Gittens, whether it's my sister Charlena Lyles, Sean Furr, he was shot with his 1-year-old daughter in his hands, y'all. Come on now. This is stuff that isn't reflected in our white community. They don't get to see this. They don't know what's going on, y'all. So we gotta stand for all the lives that are taken away. I give it up for them. Come on now, give it up for them. And I would just like to take a moment of silence. I want everybody to reflect and think about those lives that were taken away. Those thousands of lives that have been taken away since slavery was beginning from the very beginning. From the very beginning.
Nah, he would just be scared of me. I'm not trying to say like I'm a tough guy or nothing. I'm just saying I know he would be scared. I'm not saying everybody and all this stuff I walk through. No, I'm just saying like if that guy was around me, just my energy and my aura, the way I move, and my size and my swag, that dude be scared, man. He'd be scared, man.
Over 20 different places through my lifetime or more that I can count to. This system has always been corrupt for me. It's never been advantaged. So that's why I'm here today. I'm here for equity, y'all. I don't want nothing else but equity. And for some of y'all that don't know, as a business owner myself, equity means land. Equity means capital. They gotta pay the fee, y'all. Can y'all repeat that? Pay the fee. Pay the fee. Pay the fee. Pay the fee.
Yeah, I'm very friendly. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a very friendly person. But like, I still got that film from back in the day. I still got that film from just living in the city and just from being around savages. I still got that film on me. You know what I'm saying? It's like a film. I can't describe it. It's like dust. Nigga dust.
$100 million. Then she switched it up in her little, announcement, saying that she was gonna give the black and minority community $100 million. Nah, this is the black community's time now. It's our time. We've waited way too long. We've waited way too long. We've never got our respiration. Never. So it's our time now. And I need y'all to wake up. Because this energy that y'all have today, I need y'all to keep that. I need everybody that's online right now and that's been armchair protesting at home to come outside. Okay? I'm speaking to y'all. Because the thing is, this is a movement, y'all. This ain't a trending, this ain't a hashtag, this is a movement. And if y'all don't wake up, then they gonna do what they did to us before. They shut us up. Yeah. They ain't shut me up. I've been in these streets. I've been talking. My life was almost taken away when I was 15 years old. A year before my brother's life was taken away by the police. My cousin said, when I was running away from the cops, that the police officer said, just shoot him. I would not be standing here today, y'all. I would not be speaking to you. I would not have had my 4 businesses and investment companies that I'm working on to give back to the community. Billions of dollars I'm trying to bring back to the community, y'all. I wouldn't be here to do that. 3 months before my brother passed away, I had a dream. I had a dream that one of my bros was in a body bag. And all I could see is this field. This chain link field, and it was like a green pasture. When I got to the front of the gate, they opened it up, and I could see this body bag being taken into this field. And then when I looked in, it was a morgue, y'all, and there was bodies. There was thousands and thousands of bodies that I was looking inside, y'all. And when I went to run to where it was at, I woke up. And I knew from that moment that one of my bros was gonna be killed. You see, I'm not a medium, but I get dreams. And from that moment, I told the people that were with me at that time, which turned out to be Chance's cousins, I said, someone we're gonna know is gonna be assassinated, gonna be killed. And it's gonna be in the Federal Way area. I didn't know where it was, but I knew it was gonna be in the Federal Way area because the Almighty gave that to me. 17 years old, he was innocent. See, this is what we have to face in our community, y'all. So I look out to the crowd and I see a lot of faces who don't look like mine. And I ask y'all, if someone was gonna kill me and had a gun pointed at me right then and there, how many of y'all are gonna step up in front? That's what I ask. How many of y'all are gonna lay your life down for Black Lives Matter movement? Because that's what we need. We don't need your sympathy. We don't need your empathy. This is a war that has been on black people for way too long.
That dude would be giving me stuff, man. He'd be offering me stuff. You want this? You want that? You want this? This dude would be talking a hole in my head. I wouldn't even be answering. I'd just be looking at him. He the type of dude to keep talking and shit. So man, what you from here? You running? So yeah, man. It looks like I like you. Like, just look at him like, man, I don't feel like talking right now. Oh man, I didn't know you. Look, I don't mind, man. If you don't want to talk, it's cool, man. Like, I don't have to talk, man. I'm just really. Oh God, shut the fuck up, man.
And you don't have no place because this is our time. So move out the fucking way and let us speak. Yeah. Because this is my life at stake.
I wouldn't run his pockets, man. I know some dudes who would. I wouldn't go in his pockets though. I ain't that type of guy, man. I wouldn't go in his pockets. I just be like, just be looking at him like, fuck is wrong with you, man? I know how he would act. I already know how he would act. He'd be all happy and giddy and shit, and he'd be like,
y'all don't. But use that place and that significance to help us rather than taking our place and our voice. Because that's what you guys do. All this transracial stuff.
You gonna go in his pockets, man? Damn, man. Mac Knight said he gonna go there. I know a lot of dudes who would. I mean, I ain't even. I know. I feel you though. All of that.
Right? Yeah. Or is this a confusion? Am I at the wrong spot? Because I thought Black Lives Matter, right? I thought my lives matter, right? Yeah. Come on now. So we gonna make them